get the input on it.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. I like the numbers you experimented with, but I was looking at it and I was a little bit concerned. What was it? Where did it go? Can't see anything anymore, I'm telling you. I was looking at the overall, the Performa balance or the balance scoreboard, and I like the numbers that we saw there, but I was a little bit concerned that we were kind of low on the internal business process and especially the learning and growth.
So what I was doing when I was experimenting with the numbers is so I got all the numbers where they needed to be. Well, then I started adding more to it, thinking that would help it grow. And then the more I added to it, the more those numbers rose, but all the rest of our numbers decreased.
Oh, you're kidding?
No. So
yeah, that's not good.
So then I pushed it back the way I had it and tried decreasing some of the numbers. Well, then it made just all the other numbers decrease. And so it's just, I think the system's flawed, honestly. I think that there's no 100% you win scenario.
Yeah. Well, did you see that email from Sean? Apparently he's a couple of other teams that were experiencing problems too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this system. It's kind of weird a little bit.
So I figured we could play with it tonight to see what it does. Maybe it'll play nice. But like I said, one of the issues that I noticed was whenever I made the numbers rise, because I know that marketing, we said we wanted to definitely put all our eggs in that basket. And I did. I mean, I have a spending like 1.5 million, 2.5 million. I think there might have even been some that were in the 3 millions that we spent on marketing. I did a little research on the marketing aspect of it. Apparently, every year you lose 33% of your market in this system. So every year you have to add 33% to that number.
That's a big number.
I know. So, and that's what I was looking at, because I was like, okay, so when I was first putting in the marketing numbers, I was just putting in small amounts like, 500, 700, 1 million. Well, then I noticed our numbers on our performance sheet wasn't anywhere near where it needed to be. So I went back through and I read all the little bubbles, the little information dots on all the marketing segments. And I noticed that when you read one part of it, it's like 33% of it diminishes every year. The other one was like, I think 60% is all you retain. So what I read was that basically you had to pretty much have in the millions, like 2.5 million in order to make your numbers right. So I put those numbers in there and it made our performa jump through the roof. So I was like, sweet, but on the flip side is if you add too much money to the marketing, of course it looks bad.
Yes. There he is.
Hey, Shabir.
Hi, Shabir.
Let me unmute him. There we go. Hey.
There he is.
Did you see my email now?
Yeah, I pulled it up so we can pull it up on the share screen.
All right, so that's a great tool. I spent some time to create that, almost 3-4 hours.
Okay.
Videos. So that will give you exact number. For this round, I have everything calculated here. I can walk you through faster, but I can explain you how I came up with that spreadsheet.
Okay.
A lot of forecast, because forecast and inventory on hand, like excess inventory, those kinds of things, that will affect our contribution margin.
Yeah.
All right.
Our contribution margins were pretty high. I got them up in the 30s. I think every last one.
I know. So okay. So a couple other things we need to talk about, like kind of NZAS part, like forecasting. Involving in that. Now then, because production is highly dependent upon the forecast. All right, so that's why
it starts with R&D. So in order
R&D step, so
it's a triple effect.
Yeah, I'm not taking anybody's roles or anything. I'm just saying it's a teamwork. So
yeah. So whatever you do in marketing or whatever you do in R&D, then you have to change whatever is done in marketing. And then whatever changes you do in marketing, then you have to change in production. And then, of course, the last little bit is finance gets to change everything, you know?
Also finance, I was looking at finance. So the dividend and all those kind of things are cash out, like we are spending a lot of cash from our hand. So that's maybe like around year one. There's a lot of cash out for us. We need to watch those kind of things.
Yeah.
I did that. Basically, when it came to finance, my main focus was the pro forma. So I pushed numbers in to make our pro forma rise. And then when I realized that it was starting to diminish, let me unmute Enza real quick. Hey, Enza.
Hi, how are you? How are you guys?
Hi, Enza.
How's it
Doing
going?
good. How are you today?
Okay.
Good.
Enza.
Hi.
I guess we're it, huh?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, Sean had a meeting or something tonight he had to do. So I don't think he's going to make it with us tonight. So let's jump right into it, guys. What you want to start, Brittany or Shabir? I know you've got some numbers. Enza, have you messed with it too and come up with some different numbers?
Yeah, and I actually found some YouTube videos that were quite helpful. So I took down some notes. So I guess when we go through each section, I could tell you what I found and then we can go from there. But hold on. I pulled for this round, I pulled the conditions report and then, of course, the Capstone Courier.
Okay.
I pulled those. And then I actually was looking at the practice round 3 results.
Right.
And it looks like Team Erie has been doing the best. And I think we should somehow follow them and their strategies. But I have to really just study the differences or the changes that they made in each of those practice rounds. If they went down in price, went up in price, what they concentrated on. And then they're our biggest competition too.
Right, exactly,
we
yes.
Need to be competitive,
yes, we do.
in each round as well. So, Brittany, will you be sharing your screen?
Yes, ma'am. I will start
Awesome.
now.
Okay. Sorry it took me a while. I was going through my emails to look for the Zoom meeting invite, but there's so many. I was like, where do I find this?
I can start resending them. So it's just like you'll get the link automatically. So it's like a brand new invite for you guys.
I think you can save also, like once you download Zoom.
Yeah.
So you can save
You can save it. Oh, see, I can't download it on my computer. I mean, I can log into it, but maybe I can probably just make it a favorites page and see what happens.
Yeah, there's an option, I think you can save the recent.
Yeah.
Now, was it you, Brittany, that mentioned about rebuilding and structuring one product at a time?
Correct, because R&D, what I've figured out is 1 million is our cap per year, but you don't really want to even be close to that. So we want to spend as less money as possible in R&D each segment, because that's where I think we screwed up last time. Was we spent all our money in R&D to begin with, and that's how we ended up bankrupt and all that awesome stuff. Okay, so I also have the Courier. Okay, so we'll just start with R&D. Do we want to see where we are? Did anybody make changes?
No.
I was playing with it, but I don't know. I saved, but I think it was just on Able that I made changes to, but the contribution margin was still fine.
Okay, so here's where we are now.
But I just want to say, Brittany, that I'm glad that you sent out that email with the snapshots because we can always go back and reference it if needed. So that was awesome.
That was very, very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So this is where we are now.
Okay.
Okay, so what were we at again there? 120.
130.8 out of 240, and then 67.9 out of 82.
Okay.
So we've got, basically, this is my number one concern right here. I mean, that emergency loan, we just want to make sure we keep an eye on that.
Yes.
Obviously, we could bring up some of this aspects, but we'll just play in the system right now. So on the top half, there's no reds, mainly just yellows.
Yeah.
But our bottom half's really what we need to work on because we have a lot.
Right.
So we'll just start with R&D and look into that real quick. And you guys can bounce ideas back and get started.
Okay, so what like I said, I went and pulled, how do I minimize this? Hold on one second. There we go. I pulled the conditions report. Can you pull that, Brittany?
Where do I go for that?
The conditions report, I don't remember. I had it saved from when we started the class. Let me see. Probably under reports, maybe industry reports.
Yeah.
Conditions report,
right.
industry
That's where it
conditions
is.
report. Yeah. So under reports and then industry reports,
Okay.
and then it's the industry conditions report. Yep.
Here we go. Okay.
So what I did, scroll down a little bit more, is I started, and I was playing with it just a tad bit, and I changed the 5.3 for Able. I changed it to 5.0, and I changed the size to 13. Is that 13 or 15? 15 instead of the 14.5.
So,
And then I kept the MTBF at the 17,500.
okay. So do you want me to go in and make those changes?
Yeah, go ahead and make the changes and then let's see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
5.3, 14.5, and then the 17.
Yeah, just leave the
The size-
1750 as is. So change the 14.
Yeah, you want to change that to 15,
15.
right, Enza?
Yeah.
Just straight
Yeah.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I saw some numbers go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went up from 188 to 403, but it kept our contribution margin. I think the contribution margin was at like 31%. Can you check that?
Okay.
34.4.
Oh.
34.4. Okay, awesome. So
Nice.
for the next round, we should just go by this spreadsheet, in my opinion, or not the spreadsheet, this table here, or if you scroll up just a tad bit,
On this?
yeah, it says that we should be changing the performance and the size by 0.7, depending on that specific segment.
Okay.
Oh, I gotcha.
So that's again dependent.
So then next week, do you see for round one, or not next week, but later on this week, it would be our round one, it would go up to 5.7 and
Yeah.
then 14.3. So depending on the segment, I think we should follow this. We could play with it and then see what happens.
So my question is are you talking about changing all of these in over here?
We can, and then we can always change it back.
That's gonna put us well over the 1 mil.
I think, like before we make that changes, we need to go to page number 10 of our Capstone Career Report. So it's the potential market share in units.
Page 10 right here.
Yep. So this is a recent one based on the December survey. Okay. So then you can see it, each product. Able has a market share in traditional and high end. So 2 segments. No. yeah, 1, 2, 3 segments, and size also. So we need to take into account those 3 segments.
We need to what? I'm sorry?
We need to consider those 3 segments.
And which ones are they? Able, Acre, and Agape, right?
Yeah. So Able, look at
Those
that.
are the 3.
Under traditional segment, there's a 13% market share. No, right side, not the actual, the potential market share.
Okay.
Can you
Is
move a
that
little bit?
because we were concentrating on it last week, that we chose to concentrate on those 3 segments? Do you think that's why?
That's the
Because
reason.
I feel like some of that information carried over to this courier, right?
So everybody
no?
is the same.
That's-
If you look down, I mean, it's 3.
Oh, they are the same?
Yeah,
Okay.
Everybody is starting out scratch from the same aspect.
Okay.
When you look at that right side, can you move a little bit the screen? The career report, yep. So when you look at that, we have a potential market share in units. Able has like a traditional 13%, and high performance, like high is 0.5, and size is 1.2. So that's what I'm saying, like we need to consider those 3 numbers, and we need to calculate based on that, the forecast.
So are you saying that the number that was here, or what was the original number in Able for performance? Was it 5.5
Hold
or
on.
5.0?
The original number in Able was
So now we'll go to
5.5. So then do we multiply the 5.5 by the 13%? Is that what you're saying, Shabir?
that's only for forecast. I'm saying that only for forecast, we need to consider those 3. So based on your R&D change you are making here, we need to look at here also, like for what segments we have market share.
So what do you think that we should put into Able for performance?
What do you mean?
What do you think that number should be? Should it be 5.0? Should it be 5.5? Should it be 5.3? For Able performance, what do you think that number should be?
Go back to your performance report, industry performance report. You said like performance plus or minus 7.7.
Yes.
Size plus or minus 7. So what I'm saying is, as we have market share in all 3 segments, we need to take into account, like all those 3 numbers.
Okay, so are you saying it was 5.5 on the courier? Are you saying that we should add 0.7 to it?
Let's see. So traditional, we have 13% market share. Okay. So
Okay.
now you can make like 0.7 plus or minus 0.7 based on performance size. Okay. So now we have 0.5% market share in high. So high end, we can make changes 0.9 to.
Well, can we concentrate on one, please, at a time? Because then I'm going to get really confused. Can we just concentrate on Able, and then as we go and make changes, we'll go to the next, like Able to Acre
No,
and
that's
Atom?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Do you see the page number 10, career report? So career report saying Able has market share, the highest market share, 13% under traditional, and 0.5% under high, and size 1.2%. Page number 10, the potential market.
Yeah, okay, I see it. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's the Able product. So
Right.
some products, now look at Acre. So we have only traditional and low.
Okay, I see.
All right. So that's what I'm saying. So when you make changes, we need to take into account, like, okay, we sold this many products, units in traditional. We sold this much product, or we are going to sell this much product in high.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think should be in the performance field for Able? Taking into consideration the market share.
What is it
and
before?
taking
5?
It was the original number was 5.5.
Okay.
Brittany you had it changed to 5.3, correct? And then we just moved it down to 5.5, and that brought our R&D cost up. And I believe it changed the revision date as well. So what do you think that we should put in that performance field? And Bill, what do you think we should put in that performance field for Able?
So 5 point.
I like your original thought and your original idea on this, Enza. Stick with that first conditions report.
The 5.0, and then just going up
And then,
each
yes,
round.
going up each year, yeah, or each round, yes.
Okay, even though that brings our R&D cost, even though that increases our R&D cost,
That's
or another thing
that will go to your next year also. So now what I would say, so in your
Brought up, did that bring up the bottom number? It was 30 and now it's
It was
31.
30, now it's 131. Yeah, it did bring it up. Yes.
Okay.
I think it brought up this maybe, or I don't know, maybe this.
I have no idea.
But we got to remember, guys, we can't be too conservative. We found that out the hard way. Okay. And we got to factor in everything.
Okay. Now, I have another question. Now, if you go to the Courier, go to Able through traditional market segment or the market share. Let's see, where is it? Okay, so Able was performance is 5.5. So do we add the 0.7 from this performance, or do we just start from that previous spreadsheet or table that we were looking at?
I think from the previous spreadsheet. What do
So
you guys-
you think we should start at the 5.0?
Yep.
And then, Brittany, what do you think?
My main concern is if we're restructuring every single one of these products, we're going to go bankrupt. If you consider like, okay, any company that has multiple products that they offer, so take a car industry, for instance, they have, say Toyota has the Camry, the Tundra, and the Sequoia, right?
Right.
They remodel and revamp the Sequoia 1 year. They let that set for 4 years. In the next 4 years, they're revamping the Tundra 1 year. They revamp the Camry 1 year. And then they revamp the Corolla, we'll say 1 year. And then they're back to revamping the Sequoia. So they don't put all their money in revamping all the products at once because that costs you money. I mean, that's just
Okay, got it. So you're saying like one at a time.
that one, or I mean even two at a time would be okay. It's just revamping all of them at once, and then you're going to have to revamp them all every single year because they're going to change.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we starting off fresh
Yes.
Yes, we
for
are.
this round?
Yes,
Okay.
we are. Yeah, we're starting from year one, so to speak.
Hey, how about this strategy? So we'll pick a high performer and a low performer. We need to find out from Acre or Apt, so we'll pick one of those for each year. Or we'll focus on the high performer. We'll invest more money to revamp for the low performer. Like putting more money for promotion, distribution, less money on the high performer because we already have the market share, we already have the customer access, we have the customer awareness. So why we are not selling the low performer? Because we don't have enough customer awareness, market share.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We put more money in that segment or that product, so we can put less money in the high performer.
That's not a bad idea, Shabir. Yeah, let's try that strategy for. Let's try that for this first round. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like one at a time or like a couple products.
Yeah, because Brittany, that's a good idea. That's a good point you made about the Camry, the different models because they will do that. And we know they do that every year or every other year or however many number of years they wait before they remodel everything. So yeah, let's work on that. Shabir, that's a good idea. Why can't we start with the low end? That would be what? The Agape?
Acre is
Acre?
low end.
Okay. Let's start with that one, and then, but we got to remember too. We've got to get our stock price up there. We got to factor all that in too.
Okay.
Finance portion of it.
So are we wanting to reset Able back to its original? Or are we wanting, what do we want?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let's go back to 5.3 and 14.5, what you had.
Before, yep.
Now, do you guys know, refresh my memory, why we should be changing MTBF? Because I was reading somewhere that we should probably just leave it alone.
So the reason that I changed MTBF on, so like Acre, the only thing I did, I think, was change the MTBF, and that's because it keeps it alive. It gives it a revision date, keeps it alive, and it gives it a year. It gives it some type of value. So I just up it by 1 to put it on there.
Okay.
This is the reliability or something, I believe.
Yeah, that's our reliability.
Yeah. So it's how the product performs. I mean, so a higher reliability, it's more to the customer, you know. So if the customer's actually wanting the reliability to be higher, that's the only reason I would focus on that.
Now, another question, or somewhere I read as well, is that if it's originally, I think it was 17,500, we shouldn't change it more than 1,000 from the original MTBF.
And that would be why, Enza?
Hold on, let me
Okay.
read my notes. MTBF, I think because of the cost.
That makes sense.
Correct, because when you go over 1,000, it makes it 80 instead of 40.
Right. Yeah, it increases your R&D cost, yes.
Yeah.
And you certainly don't want to do that because you need to spend that money in other places,
Correct.
like media, you know, whatever, print or email or whatever you need. So that lowered it back down a little bit again, didn't it, Brittany?
Yes.
Can you check? What's the balanced scorecard say?
It's a huge difference, you know, 403 to 188 for the R&D cost. A little bit.
Oh, wait a minute. The score for round 1, 67.9, that went up a little bit, didn't it? Or no?
I don't.
Let's see. No, that was 66.6 before. I think it went up a little bit.
Yeah, so it did go up a little bit. Okay.
However, the other score went down.
Yes, you're right. Yes, it did. The overall
What is that?
score.
The recap score.
It was this, because this was yellow the last time.
Yeah.
And now
think
it's
it
red.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're losing our profit. So what do we need to do with Acre then? Let's.
So Acre was a low performer last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we need to put more money there now, you know, then going forward, like next year or year after that, you know, we'll get more sales and market share if we invest more money.
Should we keep the performance?
Leave it at 3?
I think maybe we need to increase a little bit.
What did that conditions report say to do?
Yeah, look at the condition. Yep.
So increase by 0.5.
So now
Wait a
Acre,
minute. We're in round 1, or no? Are we in round 1 or round 0?
I think we're in round. I don't know. Look at the screen at the capsum. No, not the screen. The next one. Yeah. Round 1. We're in round 1.
Oh, so we are in round 1. Okay.
So then we should go up to 3.5
Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's try 3.5.
and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
That's
all?
exactly what.
Do we want to change the size or keep it?
What was the size on the conditions report?
So then we go down
17.
to 16.5.
Okay, yeah.
And then is that the right? What was it before?
1,400. Wow.
Yeah. What's our scorecard look like?
$69.
Okay, that dropped a little bit.
I think that actually went up, didn't it?
yeah, it's went up, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. It was 67.9. I'm sorry. My mistake. My bad.
There you go. That came, that
That stayed the same. That didn't move.
Yeah, it was 130.8.
Yeah. However, that those two numbers at the bottom there, that 4.8 and 0.9, those increased a little bit. They're still in the red, but they were like assets employee was like 3 point something before we did those changes.
Okay.
Maybe for right now, let's go ahead and just change the performance and the size and then leave the MTBF as is and see what happens. But yet, Brittany, like you had said before, we're over that 1 million mark.
So, because we can because we're not, I mean, we're probably not going to focus on these two as much. That's why I did that. So
Maybe we can reduce a little bit agave. The next round we can choose another one, select another one after.
Yeah.
Agave.
Yeah. Okay. So do we want to change the MTBF of acre back to 15,000?
Yeah, let's see that.
I thought we were going to leave it at what it was.
14,000.
So I'm the one that changed it to the 15,000.
Okay.
It was 14 before.
It's not very important to the customer either.
Yeah.
The reliability. So we can just leave it or even decrease it and see what happens.
So the importance to the customer, the reason I changed the reliability is because it only bumped it up to like $40 and put it on the spreadsheet, but it gave it a life of, I think, like 4 years. So that's why I did that, because they're expecting a life of 7, which I think is a little unrealistic.
Okay.
So do we want to move on to Adam?
Yeah, let's do that. So 11.6, no, 9 and 11.6.
So change this to 9
Yeah.
and 11.
Wait. Oh. Are you sure it's 9? Because that is performance size for agape, and then performance, and that is for, so it's 8.4. And change it to 9.3. We change it to 9.3 and then 10.7.
So 9.3.
And then 10.7.
Oh.
And then what was the reliability?
2,300.
Good.
Okay.
Wow. That's not good.
That's bad. Yeah, we need to change that.
Yeah.
Okay, what was Adam before? Was an 8 and a 12.
Yeah, 8.5 and 12.
But I mean, originally, he was 8.0.
Oh yeah, okay.
And 12. So do we want to make it like 8.1 or something? Or do we want to move it just a little bit to keep it on the books, but not make it bankrupt us?
Why don't we leave it the same number as last year, like 8.
What about 8.5?
8.5, before, so it was 8.5 and she recalculated, that's what we got.
And then keep this 12.
Okay, yeah.
That will go up. Cost. Oh no, it came down. Okay.
So maybe we can lower this just a little bit more.
Yeah, let's try that.
Like maybe 8.3.
Try 8.2, see what happens.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, there we go.
So are we wanting to focus on aft or agave?
So then what about the age at revision? It came down now, 0.9. So is there any significance with that number, or
Age is it that's good because they want an age of 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
The position's the highest on the list. So and then aft. The original for aft was the 9.4 and the 15.5. I upped the reliability by 1,000 just to get it on the books, and gave it a value of 40.
Okay. Yeah, that's good because we have to have at least one unit in production. We need to keep at least one unit there in inventory for it. So
Do you want to change the size to 16? See what happens?
Do you want me to drop the reliability back down to 25?
No, keep it there.
oh, whoa.
It's
The
more.
cost jumped way up.
Yeah, bring it back down.
So when I was messing with this the other day, this is pretty much the synopsis I got from it was the performance and the size. If you do it by 0.5 increments either way, it's going to cost you in the 200s and up. You can do it by 0.1 or 0.2 maybe even and get away with maybe the 200s and below. But it's definitely going to cost either way you go. That's why I was sticking with the ones that we weren't focusing on, just changing the MTBF because it gave it a value of at least 40. So we were putting some money into it, just not all of our money.
And that's a good idea.
And that's why I was saying if we pick two specific programs, two specific paths or products, we can put majority of our money there and then make the other ones the $40 value versus $100 value.
Yeah. I like that idea. I think that's good. Because we don't want to spend all our money.
So
we don't want an emergency loan at all.
So with that being said, which two ones do we want to focus on this round?
I think Acre, that's what we put more money there.
Acre and which one? Which other one?
Maybe Aft. How was the sales last year for Aft?
So Acre and Aft, we want to focus on those two, right?
I don't know. What
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through on Able, Adam, and Agape, and I'm going to drop their prices back to original prices, okay?
Okay.
So give me a minute to do that. We were at 5.5 and 14.5. And MTBF was 17.5. The desired MTBF, it's within that, so we'll just make it 15. Nope, sorry. Okay, and we're focusing on Acre, and then we're not focusing on Adam. So he was 8 and 12. MTBF was 23, so let's make it 24. Copy. That's 4.2. Okay. So 40, 40, 40, and then these are what we're focusing on. So we can fine tune on these, like as far as making sure they're where we want them.
Okay.
So Acres right here. Obviously, their big thing, minus price, of course, is age. They're not really worried about the performance and size or anything. So what do we want to do?
We will come back after the marketing segment, go to marketing segment and see how the forecast for.
So the problem with that is anything we change in RD, we'll have to go back and change in marketing, to go back and change in production, to go, because it's a set.
Yeah, but we have an idea now, like we changed pretty much all of them, so.
So I bet, is this where we want everything?
I don't know, what do you guys think?
Good for everybody?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm good with this right now.
I'm fine.
Yeah, we are focusing on 2 products, and let's see how everything, the scorecard.
So we went down.
Yeah.
Wow. That's not good.
No.
So we could lower these numbers and then add more to all these lines. But my main concern is this being too high.
What was it before you made all those changes, Brittany? Was it over 1?
Say that again.
Was it over 1 million?
On the, I don't know. Are you talking about on the last change we made?
No, originally it was 660 million.
Before you made the changes on Able, Adam, and Agape on the total?
That one, the last set of changes we made, the total before it, I think, was 1,200.
Okay, so we were over 1 million. Okay.
So how about this, lower everything else except Acre. Don't touch Able and Acre, and change Adam, Aft, and Agape. You can focus next week. Lower that. I mean, the performance and everything.
Lower which one?
The performance a little bit, and the MTBF, the reliability, and even size also.
On Adam?
Adam, Aft, and Agape. So Aft maybe like 9 or something.
And what about for size?
15.
And performance?
I'll leave it like that.
Okay.
And recalculate and see how which went up.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying is performance and size cost you a tremendous amount of money.
Yes, they do.
So lower it again, then maybe 8 and 14. Oh,
That's what I'm saying, because you're getting away from what it originally was. So Aft was originally 9.4, so you are way off from the original. And then 15.5, that's how much you've come down from those numbers. And so that's why it's costing so much money.
How about put the same number there, 9.5, like let's put 9.5 and 15.5.
And do you want me to change the reliability back to 25?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So same thing
That's better.
Agape, the reliability, put it back 19,000.
19,000.
And performance maybe the same, but the size maybe like 10.5 or something. So what was the performance for last year? Is it still same or?
The performance was 1,900 last year.
The reliability, okay.
Yeah.
What about size?
4. The size was 11 last year. So
Then maybe like that, yeah.
performance and the size were the same. The only thing I changed was the reliability to give it a dollar amount. So
Okay.
I changed this back. I mean, do you want to move one of these up or down?
Maybe if you go down, that will cost you money. So that,
Right.
how about
Try 4.2, Brittany.
that is more money?
Either way you go, it's going to cost money. I mean, it's just part of it.
How about change the performance back to 4 and see? I don't know if it's Oh, there you go, 668.
But it took it off completely. So I don't know how that affects.
Exactly. We can't have it off. We got to have it on there.
Yeah. That's why I just changed this up one. So it gave it a dollar amount of at least 40.
Yeah. Let's do that. Change it back to 20. Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, we can live with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
happy with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good.
Down again
Okay.
with this.
Kind of low, but we have others.
Oh, that really dropped.
So what I figured out is whenever you do this, so just because you've made those changes in R&D, when you go make the changes in marketing and all your other areas, because they're still going off of the prices that were originally in R&D. So that's what this is reflecting. So how you balance all the other departments is going to affect the overall performance,
Yeah.
So let's just move on and try to rearrange marketing.
Okay.
So this is set up exactly the way that round 0 was the last time. So we don't have the options to get into everything like we did, towards the end.
We can't change anything in there, can we?
Yeah, you
you can.
Okay.
It's basically the same as round 0 last time.
Yeah, I think we need to change the forecast a little bit. When I did that, hey, did you get a chance to look at the spreadsheet I sent you, Enza?
No, but I have some ideas about the price and the forecast. Like I said, I was doing a little bit of research and I came up with a formula. Well, I didn't come up with it. I found the formula from elsewhere. Okay. And the benchmark prediction, we can just ignore because that's computer generated. So it really, we can just ignore that.
What you're saying is it means nothing.
It means nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
And plus it's never right. So, yeah. What was the price for Able?
I believe 28. Yeah, $28.
Okay. When I was playing with it, the lower I went in price, the more it affected the contribution margin. Absolutely. So I think $29 was good.
Absolutely.
So I think we should lower the promotion budget to $1,500 and the sales budget to $2,000 because anything over the 3,000 mark diminishes the return. So it's good to stay around the 2,000 for sales budget.
Okay.
So when I was playing with this the other day, I put like 1,000 in all these fields and I watched the performa and then I went back and put 2,000 in all these fields, watched the performa. I did 25, watched the performa and did 3 in some. And what I found is when you do 3 in some of them, it boosts your performa. That may not be the case since we diminished some of R&D costs. So, the more money spent. It also affected, how we were focusing the last time on, what was it, the accessibility and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a major impact of it. So.
The forecast. Let's work with the forecast, and then we can go back and change the budget and the promo and the sales budget. So the formula is 7387. You multiply that by 1.092. And then you multiply that by what how much the market will we take. So what I've seen is like 17% has been the average, like the different YouTube videos that I've watched. They will, they'll use 17% as taking that market share. So if we do that calculation, it would be 7386. Hold on. Oh no, 7387. Multiply that by 1.092 is 8,066. And then multiply that by 0.17 is 1371. So I think our forecast should be around 1371.
So maybe 1,400.
Sure. And then we should do that for each. Can you go to decisions, go to the production? And for production, what I've seen is we would subtract the inventory on hand. So the 1,400 minus the 189 is 1,211, and that's what our production schedule should be.
Oh, okay. You know what?
And then let's see what it does to the contribution margin. Okay, well, it didn't change. There's no second shift production, which is good.
Number, can you remember this number? And I have a different number based on my calculation just for one product. Can we put that number and recalculate it?
Yeah.
Go back to marketing. For Able, I'm not going to change any promo budget or anything. Just the forecast is 1156.
How did you get that forecast?
Let me see. If you can pull that spreadsheet, 1156.
So can we do 1,200?
Put that number 1156 and see the exact number. We can make it like 1160 or something later. So go to production next. So production after inventory, we are producing 110%. We are making sure if our competitors, sold out their product, we'll get that market share. So put that 1160.
This?
Mm-hmm. So now when you recalculate it, you're going to see the actual adjustable production. So about the contribution margin, same or?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah. So that's what we are actually making it, 1149 production after adjustment.
Let's see the balance scorecard, what happened.
Our plant utilization went to 0.
Yeah. And our score went down too.
Mm-hmm.
And then our recap score did as well.
Yep. Everything got lowered.
Okay, put that number back then and see.
So what do we want this to be? What does this need to be?
1371. Put 1,400.
1,400, yeah.
And then this?
Yeah, 1400 minus 189 is 1200.
1211.
Yeah, put 1200.
So let me just tell you guys about the plant utilization. So when our first shift capacity is 1800, the reason I had this set to 1800 was because if we're not using our full potential down here, it lowers the plant utilization, and it also the next year what will happen is we'll have diminishing costs for plant equipment because it's not being used, so it'll have to be retired and worked on and things like that. So that's just something I've also found. So that's why I had it set to the 1800.
Can you go to the balance scorecard and see what the change is, and then we'll change it back to 1800?
Well, I was just letting you know, like, where I was getting my numbers from.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. Let's see.
So the plant utilization's at 0.
The bottom number went up. The recap score went up just a tad bit. Where's the plant utilization?
It's at,
Scroll up.
yeah.
That's still 0.
Still 0. So yeah, bring it up to 1800.
Then again, the automation, like that's going to impact our next rounds because we are not putting any money on automation. Automation will help us the next year.
What about our buy sell capacity? Do we need to put any numbers in there as well?
Because it's still within the capacity, first shift capacity, the production forecast. So I think you don't need to buy or sell any capacity.
Okay.
Anybody remember what number I had here?
Yep. 1800.
Was it 1800 or did I have 17?
No, it was 18.
Was it 1800?
Okay.
Do you want to change the 1800 to 1611?
Yeah.
So
or 1600?
How you got 1611, Enza?
Yeah. We'll just keep that.
Yeah, let's just round it off.
Yeah. And we'll take a look, see.
Okay, contribution margin stayed the same, so.
Yeah. So our plant utilization went back up.
Good.
Oh, good. Okay, so we got to remember that we need to utilize our plant.
Yes.
Cannot let that go, because that's gonna make us lose money. And
okay. So for each of them in production, what was the production for acre? Was it 1800 as well?
No, I think it was 1400 in there.
Oh yeah, 14. The first shift capacity is 1400.
So that's basically what copied was the first shift capacity.
Yeah. So in our sales forecast, put 1400 in our unit sales forecast.
Let me see something real quick. I just want to change this to 1800 to go see if that affected.
That's going to improve your score, I think, because you are using full capacity.
No, it gave it a 5.5 out of 5.5.
Because you're using full capacity.
It did. Yes.
So,
now, because of that, do we need to lower our price?
I think then you need to, lower your price.
If you
so
lower
then,
the price, you lose the profit, the contribution margin.
Right, exactly. You're right, Brittany. Yeah, we don't want to lose any profit if we can help it. I know we're a little high right now, but
this is where this system's really massively flawed in my
right.
I mean, you can't have the entire fruit basket. You can only have apples or you can only have oranges.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So what our bottom line here, guys, is we've got to learn how to manipulate this thing to benefit us, to benefit our team.
Yeah, I'm okay with keeping the same number, capacity, utilizing the first shift capacity. The problem with what I'm saying is we need to increase our automation for some products, at least the low performers.
And that's fine because I originally did that in production. I increased automation right here because I was focusing on Atom, but now that we're focusing more on, what was it?
Acre.
acre and aft. I mean, we can increase automation in either. Well, I think 5 is the highest you can go, right? Or
No, I think you can go up to 10.
you can. Okay, so we can
Yeah.
increase the automation in those two a little bit. Just remember that once we increase it, there will be no decreasing it because that just costs you wasted money.
So what I'm
Okay.
saying is if you have more automation, you don't need to use more like human resources there, the workforce.
Right. Right. Yeah, you can cut back on your labor costs.
So
Yes.
what I'm saying is the overall variable cost, will be less if you add more automation,
Right.
because that will get distributed throughout the production, the unit, each
Exactly.
individual unit.
Yeah. So what if we increased acre to 6 and aft to 4? What would that do for us?
So I'm going to lower this one back down to 3.
Okay.
Should we guys first concentrate on the price and the forecast and then move to this page? Because I feel
Actually,
like
that's
we
good.
didn't make any changes for
That's a good
price.
point,
We didn't
Indra.
review any of that
Yeah,
in
that's a good point.
marketing.
Indra. We should. We
So like
definitely
one step
need
at
to
a
do that.
time.
Yeah, we should do
Because
that
if we're
first.
jumping around, then
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
No, that you're right. We got to stay focused. Let's stick to it one step at a time. We've gone through R&D.
So
Let's
I
work on
do
marketing
want
now.
everybody to notice the contribution margin on aft needs to be raised a little bit to at least get it in the 30s range.
Yes.
So we need to work on that in marketing for aft. Okay.
So how about if we increased aft to $35?
Well, let's see what aft originally was.
And I think that would be at the high end of its price.
Yeah, 35 is.
That
Can
would
we
work.
change it to 35?
Yeah, 35.
Yeah.
The next round, maybe you can decrease like 50 cents.
Yeah.
So we're not quite.
Yep. A little bit up.
Okay, almost there.
What is, can we work on the forecast?
Yeah.
Okay. The courier for aft. Further up, yeah, the 1915. Okay, 1915, multiply that by 1.198. Oh, dumb thing. Is 2294, and then multiply that by the 0.17.
Mm-hmm.
It is 390.
So say 400 for aft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nope, still the same.
And then we change the unit sales forecast as well. We have to change the production schedule. Or should we change the production schedule?
So for apt, so 71, 78, 320 maybe.
But then you're not utilizing your first shift.
But if your forecast is 400, what's the point of producing more than what you need? So then you'll have like more inventory sitting on your warehouse.
So
your forecast is 400. What's the point of making like more than that?
Okay, so what do you want this number to be?
I don't know. If the forecast is 400, I would say like 320 or 325. So now you can see the production after adjustment is 322. That's what we're going to make.
That increased the margin by 1.1%. So what would happen if we increased the automation to 4 on that? On aft?
Why would you increase the automation on that if you're not even producing it?
Well, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
In the next round, So if like this year round 1 we are getting more sales, then that will help us in next round.
Yeah.
To increase the automation.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more investment right now for round one.
So are we wanting to go back to marketing and finish the sales
Yep.
class on
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so for acre, did we do that one yet or no?
Acre, no, I don't think so.
No, we haven't.
We did able and aft.
Yeah.
What is that, 8960?
Yes.
$1,701.
So just 17.
At 1,700, yeah.
You want to just go ahead and go through here and do the rest of them, and then we can.
Yeah, we can move into production after that.
Okay, what's Adam? What is that? 2,554? Multiply that by 1.162 times 0.17 is 504. So 505.
And we did aft already. 1984.
That's okay. I did something wrong. Hold on. You said 1984,
Yeah.
and then that's 18.3, right?
Yes.
Multiply that by 0.17, 399. So 400.
Okay. Are we good with these, or do we want to lower these or increase them?
For Adam, should we lower that to say 2,500?
Which ones are we focusing on? Acre and
Acre and aft.
aft. I think we should lower Adam to 2,000
Okay.
and or maybe even 1,500 and leave the others as is.
On both categories?
No, the promotion, yeah, 1,500.
I think we need to keep 2,000 for promo. You know, that's where we are focusing to get more sales.
For acre and aft, not for Adam.
Yeah, Adam also in a 2,000 promo budget. I think.
We're not focusing on Adam though, are we?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, we're just going to focus on acre and aft right now.
Okay.
Lower this down to 15 as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then agape to 15, and then do we want to up these to 25 since we're focusing on those, or no?
I think we should leave them and then recalculate, and then we
Okay.
can go back.
Oh, come on, don't do this. Oh, son.
Well, we didn't save anything, I think, did you?
I saved it.
Good.
Cool.
So are the promos, are we keeping those where they are?
I think,
Should we lower the promos to 1,000 for Able and Adam and Agape, or Able and Adam?
yeah, then increase that.
Yeah, we could try that and see what happens.
Okay. Is everybody good with these numbers right now?
Yes.
How about Adam and aft and acre? Should we increase to 1,500? Oh, that's more than 1,500. Yeah, change it to 1,500. You know, both. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Did we change the prices for any?
We did
For eight, we just
We did for aft
Yeah.
and for acre, right?
no, we didn't change the price for acre at all. No.
have to be changed, I think.
Right. After we did
Only
increase.
one because of the contribution margin.
Right.
So Agape was $33. Their limit's 35.
Okay.
Do you think we could go up to 35?
We can, yeah.
But it's a high price. Again, we are trying to get more market share. You know, I don't know how that's going to work.
Are we going to change the price for acre, or are we going to leave that? Are we going to change that up to 25 or not?
Let's recalculate and let's look at the production.
Okay.
Yeah, that will increase our contribution margin if we increase the price 24 to 5.
So for acre, so we want to do 25.
I don't think we should do 25 per acre. I think we should
Okay.
leave it
Yeah.
because we don't want to be too high per acre.
So are these prices good with everybody?
But this is aft is at the high end, you know, 35, the max. So
Aft and Agape, I think that's fine.
yeah, for what about the aft? That's a max.
Aft has to be because of that contribution margin.
Yeah.
So let's go to the
Production.
The production we need to recalculate now.
Recalculate what?
I'm recalculating now.
Okay.
So we need to work on aft a little bit more.
So for Able, 1795. So for that, I'm getting a little bit higher number, 1831. So you want to put like 1830 or 1750?
For acre?
Wait, how are we getting that number again?
Because
What is your calculation,
we
Shabir?
are producing more than what for 10% from more than your forecast. Because assuming we're going to oversell, you know.
So what does this number need to be?
So if your forecast is 1700 for acre, so we are producing only 1400. That doesn't make any sense, you know. So now, based on the forecast, we need to produce 1831, the exact number. We can maybe make it a round figure, like 1830 or 1835. But I don't know, again, the forecast still looks a little bit weird, you know. Uh, 480, 480.
480?
Mm-hmm. Because your forecast is 505.
I still don't get it. Why are we forecasting less in our first shift capacity again?
No, that based on your forecast, you know, that's what you're saying. That's how many units you need for next year. So that would be 365. Uh, 380. Put your scorecard and see, how's our.
We've got a second shift going on for Acre. How come?
Sorry.
We can buy some capacity there. Let's see.
Plant utilization went down.
Customer
Yeah.
went down. Customer accessibility went down. And we're at 57.
No good.
Yeah, everything went down.
So where do we want to go back to?
Marketing.
Yeah, I think the forecast should be, the production is based on your forecast, I don't know how can you make more than the forecast, more inventory be sitting in your warehouse.
Brittany, can you go back and put in the numbers that you originally had?
For this?
No, I'm sorry, for production.
For production?
Yeah.
You're talking about in here?
Yeah. I think it was. Should we even increase that number?
Increase what?
The production schedule for each? You know what, before you do that, go back to the balance scorecard and we'll check that out and then make changes, because I think it probably improved it. Yeah, it improved it quite a bit.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Considerably. Well, still 57.3.
But the problem is, you're going to see is you will have more inventory. You're not going to sell everything because based on your forecast, you don't need like 900 units. So your forecast is 400. What are we going to do with the 500 units? You're spending money to make that 500 units, additional 500 units. So that's going to impact us somewhere. That's what I'm saying in the report. Why we are making more units than we need or we're supposed to make.
So can I recommend something?
Yeah, I understand that 10% is okay, but more than 10%, I don't know. How do you justify that?
What were you going to say, Brittany?
If we go back to marketing, if I'm not mistaken, by increasing these budgets, because you're getting that more customer awareness, you're getting that more sales budget, you would get more buyers, obviously. So then you could ramp up your
Forecast?
which would ramp up your production.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it. That your forecast should be somewhat closer to your production schedule.
Yeah, that honestly, Brittany, that's a good suggestion. Let's go back to what the original numbers were. We'll see. It'll bring all our scores up. Like you said, it's going to ramp everything up. That's what we need. We have to spend money to get our product out there so that people know what we're selling.
Brittany, when you do that, can you do one line at a time, please?
Absolutely.
So let's start with Able. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like the numbers to be?
Maybe go up 500 on each. So for the promo, 1,500. For the sales, 2,000.
Are you wanting to go back to the pro formas?
Yeah, we'll just go back and forth. Customer awareness is not red.
But the accessibility still is. So what I've found with this system is putting most of your eggs in this basket helps with the accessibility.
Do you want to increase it to 2,500?
Yes. So, like I
Yeah.
was explaining to Bill, you lose about 1/3 each year. So next year so if we'll say 2 million. We put 2 million in there this time around. Next year, we're gonna lose 1/3 of our customer base.
Right.
Um,
Right.
So we're going to have to reinvest 1/3 of the 2.5 next year, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So
Yeah. 33% is a big number to lose.
I know.
Yeah, we can't afford to do that because that will give us an emergency loan. We don't want to do that.
Now the forecast should stay the same, correct? Because of the calculation from the courier. Right?
So what I was doing with the forecast was maxing out, because what the courier is not representing is how much you're putting into your budgeting, that you're budgeting for marketing expenses. So they don't know we're going to focus on Acre and Aft, right? So we're going to put majority of our money into Acre and Aft. So it's not going to reflect that we put accessibility, let's say, up to 3 million. And then that would, of course, because our clients have the ability to view it and see it, we get more clients. Of course, that goes back to R&D, the revision date, how long the product's going to be on the shelves.
But again, the problem is, you need to spend more money on raw materials, your resources, wage, utility money. There's a lot of other things associated with that. You're ramping up the production, your unit price will go up with the variable cost.
Well, the bottom line comes down to the finance part. We can add more money in the finance department, right?
That's true. We can borrow.
Okay.
Can you go to the balance scorecard after changing the promo budget and the sales budget?
Did I already do that?
You did for Able, but I don't think you did any of the others.
Did we want to do the others? I'm sorry, I should have.
Okay, we did do it, you're right.
Okay. And we're up to 59.8.
Another suggestion, I don't know, maybe it's wrong. So I read somewhere this afternoon, we need to consider the customer survey also in order to predict the forecast. So that's the recent customer survey did in December. What do you guys think? Let's say we have Able 13% market share, and or based on our customer survey, the score will be total number of customer survey is going to be X number, for each product in that segment. So then you take out your number, for your product Able, divided by the total number from the customer survey. That's going to be your percentage for your forecast for next year. That's why I came up with that spreadsheet, I don't know. If you want to pull that spreadsheet, I can explain you. So here's the thing. So now when you look at the career potential market share in units for our Able product was traditional was 13%, and height was 0.5, and size was 1.2. All right. So then when you go to, so you need to do calculation for each segment. Low, the name may be, the title may be wrong, like low, calculate separate, then high, calculate separate, and the third one. Normally we'll have, each product will have at least 3 segments. So then you calculate the highlighted number, that's what you're getting there for each segment. So then you total everything here. So that's the number I had, 1156, that should be our forecast. So then you take out that. So we need to produce at least 1/6 of the forecast to keep our inventory good, so then you make the production schedule based on that. then that number, whatever the inventory you have it on your hand, subtract that number from total number you need to make. So that will be our actual production schedule.
Wait, I thought we made those changes and then realized that it brought our numbers down on that balance scorecard.
But again, that's
or am I making that up?
that
No, that was, you're right, Enzo. We did make those changes and it
did
didn't help
that.
us at all.
It
Yeah.
didn't. So why are we going to do that now again when we already realized that it didn't help us?
that's depending upon your R&D forecast, how much money you're putting there, not the one segment.
So do you think we should go back and change R&D?
And I'm just saying, I don't want you to spend more time. Like, but I'm saying, what do you guys think,
To the point that you just tell me what numbers you want where, and let's move on.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think that's going to work for us. I appreciate you doing that, Shabir. Honestly, it looks good, but we did try those numbers, and I don't think those numbers are going to work for us. So we need to move forward and get this adjusted accordingly to what's going to make us a profit.
Let's look at the finance portion and see what's going on there. We haven't looked at that.
Yeah.
And during this round, we don't touch human resources, right? It's the next round.
No.
So
I think it's the next round that we do.
So just so everybody knows, human resources is there, and this number changes based on the decisions we make. So your admin costs do affect this round, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So let's go to finance.
So just for, Shiggles here, we'll set this all back to 0 like it was when I got, like when it came on, just so that we know exactly where we are.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Ooh.
It's bad.
That's very bad.
Can you go to the scorecard, Brittany, please?
So this is 15.7 right now instead of 20 out of 20.
Oh, okay. And then
That went down quite a bit too.
Yeah, it sure did.
Okay.
So where do we want to go back
Finance.
Yep.
And then issue stock, where did you come up with each of those numbers? Did you just...
I played with the system. So issuing the stock, that obviously gave us money. But I'm not going to issue out our entire max stock because that's giving away our company.
We're not going to do that.
The less our value is.
Right.
So how much, what was that number? I don't remember.
I had like 8,000 and some, you're talking about in the issue stock?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like 8,000. It was an off the wall number, like 8,300 and something or something like that.
Okay. What's our max on that, Brittany?
13.7.
Try and even 9,000, see what happens.
I don't think we need to focus on finance until we get everything else done. So we know, because we can keep adding money to this, but this number will not be what it is until we're done with marketing and production.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so we've got R&D figured out, correct?
Is everybody happy with that?
Yeah, okay, let's leave that as is. Where's our marketing? Where do we sit with that?
So I think from the scorecard, we need to raise the
Wash your hands.
accessibility. So we need to raise that on all of them.
Promo budget, I think, we need to put more money in sales and promo.
So do we want to raise, I think it said after 3 was your diminishing.
Right.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
additional benefit for spending more than 3, so we can spend up to 3 and get a benefit from it. So maybe keep them at 2.5
Yes.
across.
Yes, let's do that. Let's keep it at 2.5 and see what happens.
And then our promo budget, I believe, was 2 million budget and a 3 million. I don't think that there was a cap on the promo, was there, Enza?
Joe, Nickel, I'm on the phone. I have just a note saying that to stay like 1,500 or less because of the amount of return.
So it says here, your first 1 million increases awareness by 22%. The second million adds another 23%. And then the third, only another 5%. So after 3 million, you're not really getting that return.
So we should
Right.
probably keep it around maybe the 2 million.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't.
Okay, try that then.
Wash your hands.
Why did that do that?
Oh, I will be right back.
We are in the negative for this, so we need to lower aft by 1.5 maybe.
Yeah.
Let's do 1.
Okay. Let's leave it at that.
So I'm gonna lower Agape as well because you can see our promo, like less our promo and sales were kind of low here. So
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
lower it to 2. Okay.
Okay, I'm good with those numbers. How about you guys?
Yep. I see the scorecard.
Okay, so this all went up a little bit.
Yes. Beautiful.
It's
That's
not
what we want to see.
perfect, but it's there. I mean,
Yeah. It's much better than it was.
yes.
Okay.
But customer accessibility is kind of low, I think 1.6.
So it didn't matter how high I made these numbers because, like it said, after 3 million, you're not making a difference. When I
Exactly.
put all at 3 million, it lowered our profits and made us negative to getting an emergency loan.
Right.
That's why I lowered them back down to what they were and kind of split them up where a couple were 3 mil and then a couple were 2. So I can do that here where maybe acre is 3 mil.
Okay. How about a promo budget? If you increase the promo budget, that's going to change or will be the same?
Okay.
The promo doesn't affect accessibility, it affects awareness.
Awareness, that's it. Okay. All right.
So that's the difference.
Okay.
So maybe 3 mil there.
And aft also maybe. I know that's the two.
So apt, because we're not making much of a budget, like we're not making a profit really out of it.
Right. Exactly.
So that's why I'm keeping those lower.
Yes. And that's what we want to do. We want to just remain the same right there with that.
Okay, so let's see if that helped out any. So yeah, we went up from
0.1. Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
0.7.
Okay. That's good.
So we can,
Okay, so all right, so let's go to production. Okay, the production schedule should be good. Do we want to buy sell capacity? Do we need to add anything in there?
So I still don't understand, that's going to mess up our next round, I think. That's from a real life experience. I'm saying you're making more than what you need. So what's your justification there? So are we expecting more potential market share for each of these or?
Not necessarily.
So then you will have more inventory in hand.
Right. Yeah, we would.
If you're not selling it, then
Yeah.
you lose money.
Yeah.
So because your variable cost, your wages, your raw material cost, everything you have to spend that money, so then you're not making any money. You're not selling it.
Right
Yeah.
now, we're getting an emergency loan, guys.
That's what I'm saying, like, I don't know. It's kind of a tricky game, with the number game. So
It really is.
yeah. So we are not experts, we are just playing with this. I think we need to go back for the number you put it before, and try.
Um,
Raise the prices.
Those two are kind of like high, at the high end, the max.
In all honesty, Brittany, that spreadsheet that you sent us via email, those numbers worked really good. We were 20 for 20, the emergency loan. We didn't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had messed with the numbers and you had it figured out.
Yeah.
So I honestly, I mean, we've experimented here, guys. We've tried. We're trying to learn here. But Brittany, I like the numbers that you had originally with that screenshot you sent us. I think maybe if everybody's in agreement, I think we should go with those numbers.
I think so.
Until and we'll keep working with this thing and try to figure it out. But I think those numbers were really good, Brittany.
Yeah, like 20 and 20. Yeah, we're in good shape that. So I think we need to put it back those numbers.
Isn't it still with us?
yeah, I'm just looking. I'm looking at both the email
Okay.
and then just looking at the differences.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to compare them.
Because I can see the frustration on you, Brittany. I really can. And I can understand.
So for Able, the original, what you had entered, the price was $29, promo budget was $2,000, the sales budget was $3,000, and the forecast was $1,800. And now we have $29, $1,500, $2,500, and $18. So then we should change the promo budget and the sales budget. So increase the promo budget to $2,000 and the sales budget to $3,000. And then for acre, let's see, acre 24, 16, 2,000, and 1,600. So 24, 60. The promo budget and sales budget we increased, then we can go ahead and decrease it and then decrease the forecast as well.
Guys, can you hold on 1 second while I make a phone call real quick?
Sure.
Yes.
I think on Thursday we're going to have a shorter meeting because of the WebEx with the professor at 8:00.
Yeah, it's 8:00.
Oh, it'll have to be shorter.
Yep.
Maybe we can bump up the time to 6:30 opposed to 7,
Yeah, that'll work for me.
just in case.
Okay, that'll work.
Let's see what she has to say.
Okay.
I mean, just because we're averaging like an hour and a half, 2 hours on each call.
Yeah.
Probably more like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
That's true.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, now where are we with Acre?
Okay, we want to change the promo budget to 1,600. Is that what you were saying, Enza?
Yeah. So whatever was in the email that Brittany sent earlier, and then the sales budget I think was 2,000. Yep, 2,000.
Yeah,
Forecast 1,600.
right.
And then Adam.
2,000.
Promo,
$39. Adam, the promo was 2,000, the sales was 3,000, and the forecast 550.
And then Aft.
Aft, $36. Promo is 1,550, sales is 2,000, and forecast is 500.
Oh, that's wrong. You said 2,000 here?
yeah,
And then forecast was what?
500.
500.
And then Agape?
$34.
1,000. 2,000. And 500.
You do? Okay, then we will.
Hey, Brittany, can we go back to R&D and put the same number? Maybe we can check that's the same number you put before, or did we make any changes? Just checking, verifying.
Where?
5.3, 14.5,
Tuesday.
and 17,500.
Yeah.
3, 17, 15,000. 8.5, 12, 23,000. After 9.4, 15.5, 26,000. And Agape 4, 10.9, 19,000. All right, let's go to production. So 1,800 production. 1,800, 1,400, 900, 600, and 600. And no capacity, automation 4, 5, 4, 3, and 3. All right.
Yeah, Adam needs to be changed to 4.
Yep, 4.
Do we want to buy or sell capacity based off of these numbers?
No, I think because the
Didn't
capacity.
have to.
Yeah, 1,800 and 1,800.
It's
It's all
more.
the same. We can make it. If you look at the production after adjustment, like still below your first shift capacity.
Yeah,
So we don't need to.
no.
Yeah. So go to.
Okay, then we just need one more page,
Yeah.
the finance page. Okay, you had 8639
What
for
was
issue
it?
stock.
80.
8639. Yep.
Yeah, 8639.
Retire.
Retire stock, you want 500. Dividend per share, 75 cents.
Come here, Joe. Sorry.
What's that?
I'm sorry. I was talking to my son, sorry.
Oh,
Put
5
you on
cents
mute.
there.
Hey, the dividend, can we make like 50 cents? Because we are around one, we don't want to
Not
50
$50.
cents. That would be awesome.
Okay, and the retire long-term debt, you had 1,000.
In the retire.
Yes. And that should be it.
Also, one more thing before you go. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. So is there, I want to go back to do the contribution margin because I think we had it at no, they're all above 30.
Yep, go 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we good with that, or do we want to round up numbers, or?
I think the retire long-term debit, what can we like put 500 there? That will give us more money in our hand. And see.
Oh, on the finance page?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, December 30 was 7 million.
So, okay, just change that to 500.
That'll improve a little bit. Oh, 123.6, the overall score.
Okay, and that's okay. Emergency loan, 20 out of 20. That's what we want. That's good.
No
Okay.
worries. Okay.
If you guys are good with those numbers, I'm good with those numbers.
Yeah,
I am here.
me too. Thanks, Brittany. Really sorry for messing up all these
Three
numbers.
times.
No,
I know we took you on a wild goose chase tonight.
These
Brittany.
are like lessons learned for us, all of
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Cost of sales.
I'll get it.
Sorry, you spent a lot of time to come up with these numbers, because of 2.5 hours.
Thank you
Right,
for your
Bill.
patience, Brittany.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So are we good with this?
Yep.
Yeah. Now this is for tomorrow night, right? Our final decision.
Tomorrow night.
Do you want to change something
No, I was going to say send screenshots,
of all
like
this?
another email. Yeah. Just
Okay.
because of the last changes on finance.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then we can always just refer to it for the next round.
Yes. And just so you know, Brittany, while you were gone on your phone call, we've got that orientation with the professor at 8:00 on Thursday night. So we moved our meeting up from 7 to 6:30.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
I will document that in my calendar.
Okay.
6:30, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll send that whenever I send this recording out. I will send that notice out so Sean gets it too.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, well, are we good? And like I said, I will do screenshots whenever, and I'll send those in the email with the link to the YouTube video as well.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Much.
Thank you for
Okay.
all your hard work tonight, guys.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Okay. Bye-bye.